So in this video, I'm just going to show you breakage and awkward length with damaged hair, because I want to let you know that you are not on your own. If you're someone who's going through breakage, your big sis is also in it as well, and we're both going to overcome this thing together. Together. Anyway, let me show you all. So I have a problem area here. I had a huge massive breakage here, and as you can see, look at that. Look how tiny that is. I don't know whether that's like really obvious. It's really tiny. There's practically like no length here. It's just about one inch of hair, and it's like my natural texture because it's new growth. And then, you know, on the sides as well, you know, this is what we have here. It's a very awkward, very awkward length on my sides as well. You see how short it is over there, how short it is over there. Like there's practically nothing I can do. I've lost so much volume as well. This is what it's like having damaged hair, and like you still have to find a way to like make it neat. Can you see all my length is gone? Really awkward length. It got to a point where I got devastated. Then I have like a huge gap here because obviously I don't have any length here. You see that? No length here because there was a massive breakage. You guys wouldn't even believe how this breakage came. This area got like this. I was in the car on my way to the gym, and you know when your damaged hair is falling off, it's like you can feel it in your scalp, and I was just touching my hair and that's how they were falling off, like that. They were just falling off like that. I was like, what? And then when I looked in the mirror after like doing that and doing that, that was how I ended up with this. Awkward. So let's talk about awkward length with damaged hair, because it really affects your confidence. Like there's no outfit that looks good with this awkward length. I don't even know how to style it. I can't even style it. I can't even curl it. I can't do nothing. I can only flat iron, blow out and flat iron. And you know, that's about it. It can get really like frustrating. I'm just happy that I still got hair on my head at this point, okay? The old me a few years ago would have cried it out, but the new me understands that hair does grow, and it really takes time. It takes a long time. So with the awkward length, if you're feeling discouraged, what I would say is don't run away from the heat. You need the heat. I think the heat plays a role. Watch my previous video on how I think I talked on it a little bit on how to use heat protectant on the hair. Okay, I did a video on how I damaged my hair. In that video I talked about heat and all that. The reason why I'm still using heat on my damaged hair is that is the only way I can style it. My hair is fine, 4C and kinky, and when I allow it to air dry, it causes tangles. And so when I noticed that for like 3 weeks straight, I said, okay, we cannot air dry anymore. Let me just blow it out and leave it alone. When I do a blowout and leave it alone, it gets drier and drier and drier and drier as the days go by. And it's like so difficult to moisturize. And so I said, you know what, I'm just going to bring back the flat iron, because I can't be walking around with hair that is just not looking put together, you know. And so I started using a flat iron and all that. And the thing is, when you start using heat on damaged hair, the breakage of the damaged hair, now the new growth, the damaged side will increase more compared to somebody who is air drying their damaged hair. So if you're air drying your damaged hair, the hair won't fall off, you know, like the breakage, it won't be at a high speed compared to someone who's using a flat iron. The breakage will be at the high speed because you're going over something that's already been damaged. At one point it will just break off. There are times where I could just touch my hair like that and I'll still see like a tiny piece of breakage. But what matters is now to build a structure for the new growth, because the new growth is what we need to focus on. So in this time and season of awkward lengths, it's really hard to not focus on your hair, because if you're someone who's so invested and you buy products and you're like so like, you know, into your hair, and you go through this type of phase, it can be devastating. And the fact that you cannot see the results immediately, that's why I'm not even focused on the length right now. I'm just focused on the new growth, the softness and the new growth. Because the length will take time. It's just like losing weight. It doesn't happen immediately. And I find that there are times where I've, you know, said to myself, oh, maybe I should just buy extensions. But what I've realized is that when you're going through like breakage or damaged hair and you look for something to put on top, like some girls will put tape-ins and all that kind of stuff, it's like you're not respecting the process. Because when you know how to recover from damaged hair, it means you've respect the process. It means you've now understood, you've created a structure, you've created a routine that works. You now understand your hair. Hair breakage, damaged hair is an obstacle, but if you learn to work through it and you learn to overcome it, it will change your hair routine, your products, how you see your hair, how you view your hair. It will change everything. It's just like weight loss, right? If you skip the process of losing weight and you do it, you use like shortcuts, like, I don't know, surgery, injections, or, you know, cutting carbs completely. All these things are shortcuts. Eventually, because you've skipped the process, you will gain it back. The only reason you're gaining it back is because you never understood the body before you took the shortcuts. So now, because you don't understand the body and you've gained it back, you still don't know how to lose it again, because you've not respected the process in the beginning. So it's the same thing with hair. I just don't want you to feel discouraged. I have a couple of times, honestly, sometimes I even feel like declining some invitations, because I'm just like, I don't even look good with it right now. I don't even feel like I look good. I don't even feel like I look my best, because this shortness and this awkwardness doesn't suit my facial structure, but it is what it is, and it's just a matter of time. And I think once you find what works and it is working, just stick to it. I used to have this self-sabotaging thing where I find what's like, I don't even know whether it's working or not, and something in me is just like, oh, maybe I should try this, maybe. And meanwhile, deep down, the thing is actually working, right? So find what works, stick to it, and keep going, and just don't pay, like, not that you shouldn't pay too much attention to it, but don't put your mind on it. Don't constantly look in the mirror, look in the mirror, look in the mirror, look in the mirror. All that just makes it frustrating. It's just like weight loss, when you're constantly standing on the scale, and you don't see any changes, or it's probably even gone up. At one point, my hair was breaking, right? And then it got to a point where the breakage increased even more, and I was like, whoa. I even thought to myself, like, am I going to be bald next week? Because the level of breakage I had, was it last week or the week before, was a lot. It was every day, and it was a lot. But for some reason, something in me was like, I think we're in the right direction. And it just felt like my hair just wants to let go of that damage quicker than ever. That's what it feels like. It feels like my hair just wants to release that damage quicker than ever. So when I went through like a huge level of breakage last week, like the biggest I've ever had in my entire life, okay? I have never ever, even in the times where I was like not focused on my hair, even at the times where I was doing the most with my hair, I have never experienced this level of damage or breakage before. And so when it happened, because I'm so in tune with my body and everything, I just felt like my body was going through my hair was going through a decluttering stage where it just wants to get rid of that damage real quick. And so yesterday, when I washed my hair and I was moisturizing, I started seeing the coils back again. I started seeing all the new growth, because obviously the new growth is going to be in its natural state. I started seeing all the new growth back. I was like, whoa, these are coils. And so that kind of just encouraged me that, okay, my hair is doing its thing. It's doing its thing. It's getting rid of the damage, but it's bringing out the new, the better. So these are little things that are quite encouraging. Like, I touch my hair and I could feel all the new growth. I can feel the new growth. You lot can't see it. Nobody can see it. The worst is when you're trying to fix damaged hair and people are watching you. It's the worst, but it is what it is. And hopefully when you follow, subscribe, you see my progress, and we will, you know, grow this hair out together, because what works for me, I will be sharing it out so that you can also achieve that goal. So that's it for this video. Stay blessed and stay beautiful.